Hey guys, I'm Julian with 2Pro Beats, and in today's video I want to show you and share with you my mastering chain. I will break down the mastering process that I did for a track called Wow from Sanito, and I will talk about every single plugin that I use and why I use it. This mastering chain will be available for free for all the gold members. You can download that right now. I am also working on two different versions of this mastering chain for Waves plugins and for stock plugins, and I'm thinking doing the same for all the DAWs, Logic, FL Studio and Pro Tools, Cubase, all the DAWs. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, let's get into it. This is the final master. It sounds something like this.
Da draußen jemand, der mich versteht. Sie sagt ja, du fehlst mir, doch ich bin gerade in einer anderen Stadt. Sie weiß, dass es spät ist, doch sie weiß auch, ich bin immer da.
Now what I want to do is play with the track before and after the mastering chain. You will notice a big difference in level. Let's try and compensate the level difference by leaving the limiter on. This is before mastering. The difference is not that big because when I finish a mix, I really like how it sounds, and that's what I want to have for mastering. I just want to improve the mix a bit, to balance it a bit more. I don't have any drastic changes. First, I will break down exactly what I did for this track, then I will show you the updated mastering chain that I have right here. Let's start with the BX Digital. This is doing just a bit of corrective EQ. Because the track was mixed with just the MP3 beat, I didn't have enough control, so I still felt that I have some resonant frequencies that I don't like, especially in the mid range around 500 Hz. That's what I've removed. I usually remove frequencies, but as you can see, I'm not cutting even a dB. This is on the mid side. Now on the stereo section, I'm using just a touch of the stereo width to make it wider. Next in the chain is Soot. As you can see, I'm blending the wet signal with the unprocessed one. So I'm taming some digital harshness, but I'm not using it 100% because sometimes the effect of Soot can be really obvious and you can get some artifacts. Unnatural sounding masters. With Delta you can hear what I'm taming. Mostly hi-hats and some sibilance. FL Filter Pro C2. I usually go with this preset EDM Punch 1. It lifts the track a bit. The processing is done in parallel. As you can see, the dry signal is still there. I usually go with EDM Punch 1 and EDM Punch 2. This is with it. It does something really nice in the mid-range. Next up, Ozone 9. I usually start with the Master Assistant. This is the suggestion that it gave me. Basically, it recommended me to reduce some of the low end because I have a bit too much, and to add some mid-range plus a bit of shine. I usually back down the suggestions that Ozone 9 gives me with the Master Assistant. Dynamic EQ. And last in the chain from Ozone 9 is the Imager. I basically use this preset all the time. It's custom made, reducing some width from the lower frequencies. keeping the lower mids in the same place, adding some stereo width on the upper mids, increasing even more the width of the highs. And that's everything that I do with Ozone 9. Sometimes I like to disengage the dynamic EQ. In this case, I've kept it on because it dealt with some nasal frequencies around the vocal area. Next in the chain, VSM3. This is one of my secret weapons. I use it really gentle. As you can see, the mix is at 3% and 7% for the side section because I'm using it in mid side. This is what I'm adding on the mono channel. And this is what I'm adding on the stereo section. This is really subtle, but I really like what it does. Next up, a clipper. Most of the time I use this standard clip just to tame some transients. Baby, tut mir leid, ich kann dich nicht sehen. Ist da draußen jemand, der mich versteht? Sie sagt, ja, du fehlst mir, doch ich bin gerade in einer anderen Stadt. Sie weiß, dass es spät ist, doch sie weiß auch, ich bin immer da. As you can see, I'm clipping the signal just a touch, around 1 dB, maximum 2 dB of clipping, just so I can be able to push the limiter a bit more to achieve a competitive loudness. With Fab Filter, I have some small cuts. Nothing too crazy, just to tame some nasty frequencies. Last in the chain is Fab Filter Pro L2. I have two presets that I use as a starting point, this one and Bring Out the Beat. Those are my two go-to presets. I tweak them and it usually sounds really good with that. This is the limiter. I'm not doing that much gain reduction. I can push it a bit harder, but I usually try and stay at -9 LUFS. Da draußen jemand, der mich versteht. Sie sagt, ja, du fehlst mir, doch ich bin gerade in einer anderen Stadt. Sie weiß, dass I'm touching the limiter with around 2.5 dB, the loudness around -9 LUFS, and this is how I've mastered this specific track. Now let me break down the new mastering chain. I have a few changes on it. BX Digital, the same. Now I'm using version 2 of Suit. My starting preset is this one from Josh Goodwin. I like it because again it's in parallel, it's not 100% wet. Fab Filter, the same thing. I've added Gulfos in case I need it. I find Gulfos really useful when you're trying to brighten things up in a really natural way or to darken them, and this is why it's there. Ozone 9, clean mastering chain. Just use Master Assistant CD high. This is what I usually do. From this point is basically the same. The chain will be available for free for all the gold members. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you have any questions or suggestions, leave a comment. Thanks for the support. Follow me on Instagram. See you guys really soon. Cheers.